Hey guys, Lisa Halligan here from lisahalligan.com, and today we're going to talk about how long does it really take to make a habit. This time of year everyone's thinking about making New Year's resolutions, goals for the year, plans for the year, and one of the things that you can do to make those plans work really well is to develop habits. A habit is when something is so automatic that you don't have to think about it. Okay? Anything that you can do on autopilot and it happens, you just do it because that's what you do. Those kinds of habits, when they're strategically put into place, can really help you with your goals, because if you have a habit to do those things that you need to do each day, you're going to be that much farther towards success without having to put forth constant willpower and needing to do something, to force yourself to do something each day. Okay? But we have good habits like, taking a walk each day, or eating healthy foods, or making those phone calls that we don't really want to make but we know we need to. Those are good habits. We also all have bad habits, whether that's eating that junk food, watching TV instead of doing what you need to get done, smoking. Hopefully that's not a bad habit any of you guys have. If it is, save yourself a lot of money and health risks and really work on breaking that one. But habits are just something that we just do and we don't think about, okay? So traditional wisdom is that it takes 21 days to make a habit. Come on, you've heard that. We've all heard that, right? It takes 21 days to make a habit. How accurate is that? Have you ever gotten to day 21 and gone, oh, this is not automatic. I still have to force myself to do this every day. And then you start beating yourself up because you're like, I am so not disciplined. I have no willpower. I suck because I can't form a habit in 21 days. First of all, quit kicking yourself, okay? Right now, just stop kicking yourself. Because the whole point of something being a habit is that it's automatic, that you don't have to think about it. So if you're still thinking about it and you're still making yourself do it without it being automatic yet, you're actually really doing great in the willpower department. It just hasn't become a habit yet, okay? Second, it's a myth to think that it takes 21 days to make a habit. Where did this myth come from? Well, one of my favorite books in the world, cannot recommend it highly enough, is Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, and you're probably reading this backwards. I love this book. I'll put a link to it after I get this posted and published, okay? I love this book. Written by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. He was a plastic surgeon who found that it took at least 21 days for someone's self-image to change after a drastic plastic surgery. Maybe they had a limb amputated or something along those lines. It took at least 21 days for their mind and body to kind of reintegrate and make sense of what had changed about them. Okay? Now, there's a few things that have gotten lost in translation here. First of all, it's a little bit different forming a different mental image of yourself than actually doing something, okay? The other thing is the words at least. This just fell by the wayside, okay? Somewhere along the line we just dropped those words 21 days. So a health researcher at University College London named Philippa Lally decided to study how long it takes before an action becomes automated enough to consider it a habit. Was it 21 days? Actually, her conclusion was it can be as little as 18 days for some people with some habits, okay? But it could be as much as 254 days for other people and or other more complicated habits. So, on average, it took about 66 days for something to become automated enough to consider it a habit. That is more than 3 times that 21-day magic rule that we all grew up hearing. So I want you to embrace the process. Understand it's unpredictable. That's okay. Give yourself the time that you need and deserve. And one other little tidbit that came out of that study is that it doesn't matter if you screw up every now and then. That doesn't have a substantial impact on whether or not you actually form the habit or how long that it will take you. That's the great news. So if you mess up a couple of times, just treat it like a scientist. Figure out why it happened and make a plan to get back on track, and you'll be just as well off as if you hadn't had that problem. Okay? So again, what I want you to take away from this is it can take quite a bit longer to form a habit than 21 days. It can take up to 254 days, which is like 8 months. So please be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you fail along the way. Just embrace it and consider it part of the process. And work really hard on figuring out what habits that you can do that are going to actually have a positive impact so that you're focusing on things that are really going to help you in the long run. Okay, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys later.